The man who has confidence in himself gains the confidence of others. Marriage, if one will face the truth, is an evil, but a necessary evil. As one changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. The physician can bury his mistakes, but the architect can only advise his clients to plant vines. To do nothing is in every man's power. The sword the body wounds, sharp words the mind. A slave is he who cannot speak his thoughts. The character of a man is known from his conversations. The God plant reason in mankind of all, good gifts the highest. The easiest thing is to reconcile differences, but the most difficult is to be simple. It is the mind that makes a person rich. It is a mistake to think that men succeed through success. They much oftener succeed through failures. A good character, when established, is not easily overthrown. To think lightly of oneself and deeply of the world. The company of just and righteous men is better than wealth and a rich estate. God takes care of the future of a man who takes care of the present. Youth is not a time of life, it is a state of mind. All human things are subject to decay, and when fate summons, monarchs must obey. To change one's life, start immediately, do it flamboyantly, no exceptions. The soul's impurity consists in bad judgments, and purification consists in producing in it right judgments, and the pure soul is one which has right judgments. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. It's not living that matters, but living rightly. To throw away an honest friend is, as it were, to throw your life away. You don't have to be rich and famous. You just have to be an ordinary person, doing extraordinary things. He who labors diligently need never despair, for all things are accomplished by diligence and labor. The greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. The wise man doesn't give the right answers, he poses the right questions. Circumstances rule men, men do not rule circumstances. He who knows how to be poor knows everything. A wise man knows how to be silent as well as eloquent. Nothing is more contrary to nature than to separate truth from happiness. He who believes in nobody knows that he himself is not to be trusted. A good reputation is more valuable than money. Old age is not a matter for sorrow, it is matter for thanks, if it has brought us wisdom. Praise those of a different race as if they were your own. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it is in your power to act. He who has no wish to be happier is the happiest of men. Learning is an ornament in prosperity, a refuge in adversity, and a provision in old age. Let no man be called happy before his death. Till then, he is not happy, only lucky. What matters in life is not what happens to you, but what you remember and how you remember it. Those who desire the good of others are never lacking in friends. He who pursues fame at the risk of losing his self-worth loses his worth in the end. The hardest thing is to take less when you can get more. It is better to suffer an injustice than to commit one. The test of good manners is to be patient with bad ones. When things are steep, remember to stay level-headed. Our greatest glory consists not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. A true friend is someone who is there for you when they would rather be somewhere else. A slave has but one master. An ambitious person has as many masters as there are people who may be useful in bettering his position. The sun cannot be covered by a finger. The shortest way to do many things is to do only one thing at a time. It's better to suffer wrong than to do it, and happier to be sometimes cheated than not to trust. Love cannot endure indifference. It needs to be wanted. Like a lamp, it needs to be fed out of the oil of another's heart, or its flame burns low. What's bred in the bone will never out of the flesh. Never let a problem to be solved become more important and the person to be loved. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Life is a journey that must be traveled, no matter how bad the roads and accommodations.